Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a very real, very heartfelt conversation, one that many people don't talk about out loud. If you're a woman over 65 and you've lost your spouse, you've probably been told by friends, family, or even society that you shouldn't be alone, that you need to get back out there or start fresh. But here's a truth you might need to hear today. It's okay to stay a widow. In fact, for many women, it's better. Today, I'm sharing 6 powerful reasons why staying a widow after 65 might actually be the healthiest, happiest, and most empowering path forward. Not because you're bitter, not because you've given up on love, but because you're choosing you, and that's beautiful. You've already walked a long road. You've loved deeply, cared selflessly, and endured heartbreak in ways that only those who've lost a life partner truly understand. You deserve a life that's centered on your healing, your peace, and your passions, not pressure from others to conform. Let's get started. Marriage is a partnership, a lifelong project, and if you're a widow over 65, chances are you've already done the work. You've built a home, raised children, supported a partner through thick and thin, maybe even cared for them through illness or the end of life. That's a lot. That's more than many people ever give or experience. Now, you don't owe anyone another round. You're not required to start over, to pour from your cup again, or to rebuild a life around someone else. You already gave your heart. You honored your vows. And now you get to rest, reflect, and enjoy the peace you've earned. You're not giving up on love. You're simply choosing to love yourself first. You've likely spent years, maybe even decades, placing someone else's needs before your own. You've been the nurturer, the decision maker, the caregiver, and sometimes even the peacemaker. And now, after all of that, you have a beautiful opportunity to focus entirely on you. That might mean discovering a new hobby, reconnecting with old friends, or just enjoying your morning coffee in silence. And you don't need to justify that to anyone. Choosing to stay a widow is not about mourning forever. It's about honoring your past while making space for a peaceful, self-led future. You don't need to fill a void with another person. You can fill it with purpose, growth, and a whole lot of self-love. Let's talk logistics. When you're widowed, your finances, estate plans, retirement income, and insurance are often set up in a very specific way. And repartnering, especially through remarriage, can complicate everything. Staying a widow often means maintaining full control over your assets, keeping your social security or pension benefits, avoiding financial entanglements with someone else's debts or obligations, protecting your estate for your children or chosen heirs. Many women don't realize that remarrying after 60 can reduce or even eliminate certain benefits, including spousal pensions and survivor income. By staying single, you retain autonomy and clarity. No joint bank accounts, no legal drama, just you and the life you've already built, with no risk to your financial future. Tip: always speak to a financial advisor before considering new relationships later in life. The fine print really matters. Plus, there's emotional freedom in financial independence. You don't have to explain your spending habits, defend your choices, or budget around someone else's priorities. You can travel if you want to, donate where your heart calls, or invest in your personal wellness without answering to anyone. Financial freedom also means peace of mind. You've already worked hard to establish stability, and that stability can now support your dreams, whether that's seeing the world, spoiling your grandkids, or just living simply and comfortably. You've earned that. And when your affairs are in order and uncomplicated, it also makes things easier for your loved ones. Less paperwork, less stress, more time to enjoy each other and life. Being in a relationship is emotional work, no matter how wonderful the partner may be. There are expectations, adjustments, and inevitable compromises. But as a widow over 65, you've likely reached a point in life where peace matters more than partnership. You've navigated grief. You've processed loss. You've grown stronger than you ever thought you'd need to be. Now you get to wake up in your own rhythm, create your own routine, process life on your terms. There's no pressure to entertain someone else's emotional needs or change your ways to fit a new person into your world. So many widowed women say they've discovered an incredible sense of calm and emotional strength they never knew they had, simply because they finally had space to listen to themselves. Peace is not something we chase, it's something we choose. And for many, choosing widowhood is choosing emotional freedom. Grief transforms you. And from that transformation comes a deep understanding of what truly matters. You may find that quiet evenings alone are more soothing than forced conversations, or that journaling brings more clarity than another relationship ever could. You no longer need validation from another person. You've built wisdom through experience. And now, you can hear your own voice more clearly than ever before. That voice is full of intuition, insight, and quiet power. Honor it. When you're no longer investing emotional energy in a relationship, that energy can be redirected to healing, to personal growth, to joy. That's not loneliness, that's evolution. Let's be honest, there's something truly special about having your own space. Whether you live in a cozy apartment, a family home, or a retirement community, you get to decide what's on the TV, what's in the fridge, who comes and goes, and when the lights go out. After decades of shared life, caregiving, and constant coordination, it's refreshing to make choices without compromise. Staying a widow allows you to redecorate, travel spontaneously, spend hours in the garden, or enjoy a full weekend of peace and quiet. No explanations needed. A widowed subscriber once told me, "I loved my husband dearly, but I hadn't had my own bathroom in 40 years. Now it's my sanctuary." And she meant it. Sometimes the smallest freedoms are the most healing. You can finally let your environment reflect who you are now, not who you were as part of a couple. Paint the walls purple, plant sunflowers, leave the dishes in the sink, or don't. It's your world. There's joy in slow mornings, unscheduled afternoons, and nights where you fall asleep with a book in your hand instead of navigating someone else's habits. That autonomy is sacred, and for many it's deeply restorative. Having control over your time means you can also say yes more to last-minute invitations, creative impulses, or restful days that are just for you. That's not selfish, that's self-care, and you've earned it 100 times over. Something powerful happens when you're single and over 65. You start forming deeper, more intentional connections with others. Many widowed women find more time to nurture old friendships, freedom to join clubs, groups, or volunteer circles, stronger ties to family, especially children and grandchildren, and a community of other widows who truly get it. You're not tied to one person's schedule or limitations. You're free to show up, engage, and build a beautiful support system. Married couples often become isolated without realizing it. But widows, they often rediscover a sense of community and connection they lost years ago. Whether it's coffee with friends, traveling with a women's group, or starting something new, you're never truly alone unless you choose to be. And those connections, they're often more life-giving than any romantic relationship could be. When you remove the pressure of romantic partnership, you begin to appreciate relationships in a whole new way. You connect for joy, not obligation. You choose companionship based on shared values and experiences, not necessity. Friendships become deeper, conversations become more honest, and you start to attract people who reflect the woman you've become, not the role you once played. These bonds can be deeply fulfilling and soul-nourishing. Whether it's laughter over lunch or deep talks on the porch, community reminds you that you are still needed, still seen, and deeply loved. This may be the most important reason of all. After decades of being a wife, a caregiver, a partner, you now have a chance to reclaim who you are, not as someone's spouse, not as someone's better half, but as you. Many widows describe this period as a second awakening. They finally reconnect with passions, explore new interests, develop a new sense of purpose, and grow spiritually and emotionally. And here's the powerful truth. You are not half of a whole. You are a whole person, capable, wise, and deeply enough on your own. Choosing to stay a widow doesn't mean you're stuck in the past. It means you're choosing to grow forward on your own terms. Rediscover what lights you up. Whether it's painting, teaching, writing, or mentoring others, your purpose doesn't end with your partner's passing. It evolves, and so do you. This stage of life is not about retreating. It's about re-emerging, stronger, wiser, and more in tune with your inner truth than ever before. You're not who you were, and that's a good thing. Your story is still unfolding, and every chapter you write now is fully yours. So make it bold, make it joyful, make it you. So let's recap the 6 reasons why staying a widow after 65 might actually be the best path forward. 1. You've already done the emotional and relational work. 2. You maintain financial clarity and independence. 3. You protect your emotional peace. 4. You enjoy full control over your home and time. 5. You deepen your friendships and social life. 6. You rediscover who you are and grow into someone even stronger. Widowhood is not the end of your story. For many women, it's the beginning of a new chapter, filled with strength, serenity, and self-discovery. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are not less than. You are enough. Right here, right now. If this video resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. Are you embracing widowhood with confidence? What has surprised you most about life after 65? Drop your story below. You never know who you'll inspire. And if you found this message helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more empowering conversations. Until next time, take care of yourself. You deserve it.